Breaking news now. Many in the Kremlin are rooting for Putin to seek re-election as president. Putin would remain in power until at least 2030 if he ran for re-election in March of next year, according to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, who expressed his hope in an interview published on Friday. Mr. Putin has already surpassed Joseph Stalin's 18-year rule as the longest-serving leader of the Kremlin, having been appointed president by Boris Yeltsin on the final day of 1999. Mr. Putin's birthday was October 7. In response to a question from the student TV station of the Moscow State Institute of International Relations, MGIMO, about the ideal profile of the president to succeed Mr. Putin, Mr. Peskov responded, "The same. Putin has not officially declared his candidacy, but I really hope he does so because I am certain he will be elected. It is my firm belief that he will remain president." Putin reportedly plans to run for president in March because he believes he must lead Russia through its most dangerous time in decades. If Mr. Putin runs for office, the election will be a formality for him. He has the backing of the government, the state media, and virtually no opposition from the general public. Opinion polls in Russia show that he enjoys an approval rating of 80%. Challenges. But the ex-KGB agent is up against the gravest problems that any leader of the Kremlin has encountered since Mr. Mikhail Gorbachev battled the disintegrating Soviet Union over 30 years ago. Western sanctions have dealt Russia's economy its worst external shock in decades, while the conflict in Ukraine has set in motion the most significant confrontation between the two superpowers since the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Additionally, in June, Russia had to quell an attempted mutiny by powerful mercenary Yevgeny Prigozhin. The following month, Mr. Prigozhin tragically passed away in an aircraft crash. Mr. Putin is portrayed by the West as a despot and a war criminal for allegedly leading Russia into an imperialistic land grab in Ukraine. The Russian president frames the conflict through the prism of a larger confrontation with the U.S., which the Kremlin claims seeks to devastate Russia and seize its abundant natural resources. According to Mr. Peskov, the world is undergoing a transformation as a result of the West's apparent decline and struggle to retain its post-Cold War dominance. Attempting to grasp onto its dwindling leadership, the Western Bloc will resort to any means necessary, he declared. Suella Braverman, according to a senior Tory, wants to mimic Putin's tough alternative plans for Rwanda. Salutations for the day. All things considered, this week went as well it could have gone. The Rwanda judgment could have been a moment that open warfare broke out in the party, but that didn't happen. Eleni Koyuria quotes a Tory minister allied with Rishi Sunak as saying in this morning's Politico London playbook briefing. Although optimism is a commendable quality, it appears that this is happening too soon. This morning, the leading conservative figure in one group firmly accused the leading conservative figure in another group of wanting to emulate Putin's behavior. It must be and will be stronger, wiser and richer, Mr. Peskov said when asked about Russia's future in 10 years. According to Reuters.